Berlin is a city of contrasts. Towering brutalist architecture can make it feel formidable, even oppressive. But in the cracks, there's so much life just bursting through. Street art, cafes, communities just pushing the boundaries. And honestly, that's a pretty good metaphor for the German public sector. It's known for being highly bureaucratic, decentralized to the point of dysfunctional, and notoriously analog. But if you know where to look, you can find some small but powerful innovations that are just happening everywhere. Germany is home to some of the world's most exciting movements in public sector innovation. The Creative Bureaucracy Festival, one of my favorites, brings together global changemakers to reimagine government every June. The Futurium is an interactive museum dedicated to rethinking the future. And Berlin's CityLAB is a cutting-edge experiment in citizen-centered service. And yet, at the same time, the country kind of feels stuck in time, deeply analog, hesitant to digitize too quickly. But perhaps that's part of their strength. Germany is also one of the few governments pushing back against big tech monopolies. While most governments are locked into a handful of dominant tech players, hello Office 365, Germany is exploring a different path. I got to spend time with the Sovereign Tech Agency, a government body focused on fostering grassroots open source tech, not just in Germany, but globally. And then there's PD, functionally a government-owned consulting co-op where government departments own the structure collectively. In theory, it's an incredible model. In practice, it seems to be a bit more leaning on the consultancy side than a co-op side in terms of culture. But it's still something worth watching, and I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. One of the highlights of my trip is my regular visit to CityLAB Berlin, an inspiring experiment in citizen-centered digital services. But like many labs, its future is uncertain. These spaces are often short-lived, even when they create real impact. The big question now is, how does this work continue? And more importantly, how does it scale beyond the lab into the core of government? But beyond the policies, beyond the institutions, what really makes Berlin special are the people. I met incredible thinkers, builders, and public servants who are deeply passionate about making government work better. For people, for their community, and of course for the planet. Berlin is a city where the past and the future are colliding, where governance is both stuck and transforming at the same time. And with the conversation about a new digital ministry, I'll be watching closely to see what Germany does next. This isn't goodbye. I'll be back. I'll be back in Berlin for the Creative Bureaucracy Festival on June 5th. I can't wait to reconnect with old friends and meet even more people who are passionate about transforming government. And of course, I'll have my camera or phone with me for another travel diary adventure. If you enjoyed the journey, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what are your biggest takeaways from Germany's approach to governance.